Plant nerds like me get into phases where they just love a certain group of plants. Salvias are a good group, begonias are another. But you don't have to be a plant nerd like me. You can just want a good house plant, and begonias offer so much. I want to show you today some terrific plants for inside, and they also will summer really nicely outside on a shady spot on your patio or deck. I want to start with some big guys. There's a whole group of begonias called cane stem, also known as angel wing, usually for the shape of the leaf or the way they grow. You can see in this tall one back here, this is called Sophia, that the stems are really tall, grows kind of like a cane, like a bamboo, if you will. Big leaves on this guy. One thing about cane-stemmed begonias, angel wings, is they often have incredibly wonderful silver spots on the leaves, and Sophia is no different. This one has light pink bloom, but the patterns in these are just wonderful. Look at this one. This is called Miss Mumm. This is just a terrific little tiny pink silvery overlay on the leaf. This one with the deep green leaves, little silver spots, and wonderful red backs to the leaf. Another feature of a lot of these begonias is called Moser, and it's coming into bloom with these lovely pink blooms. A lot of the angel wings are winter blooming. This one, completely different, really light pink, almost a pebbled pink flowers and a pebbled, very light leaf with a pinky sheen, is called Sinbad. Another wonderful medium-sized growing angel wing begonia. This is called Lois Burke. And this plant will bloom 12 months out of the year, given adequate light. I've had one for over 10 years. You can whack it back when it gets a little big and unruly, just cut it and it just comes back wonderfully. It's got these nice bright green leaves with it, once again that distinctive silver spotting, and these terrific coral orange flowers that are just delightful in these sprays, so typical of begonia, angel wing begonias. I can't say enough good things about this plant. It is just a champ. I winter it in a sunny window and I summer it on my shady deck, and it just performs like crazy. A couple more angel wing begonias are these shorter guys down here. They're shorter because they're younger. This one's called Looking Glass, and you can see why. I mean, the leaf is almost entirely silver with just dark green veins. Really spectacular looking, and once again, terrific maroon reverse on the leaf. Just a great looking plant. All of these bloom. Not all of them are in bloom right now. But this one, which is called Torch, is in bloom. Really bright, sort of coral red flowers on this, and a really nice, smooth olive green leaf. Really different, once again, with that red reverse. Really pretty. That's another angel wing. This one doesn't get that big. There's one for every size. I mean, if you want a small plant, you can find one. If you want a large plant, you can get Sophia and have basically almost a tree. There's another group called Rhizomatous. Now, most of these are all hybridized anyway, but Rhizomatous means they've just got a big, thick rootstock that runs along the surface of the ground. And all of these big, thick rootstocks on these plants mean they don't need a lot of water. As a matter of fact, you kill them by overwatering them, which is good for those of us who don't like to water too much. This beautiful one with almost mapley leaves is called Benito Chiba. Beautiful hybrid, spectacular. It's got little light pink blooms later in the season. And next to it, I mean, you wouldn't even know these were the same genus. They're all begonias. This is a spectacular big fella called Black Taffeta. Great big black-green leaves, red reverse, little fuzzy leaf on this one. This is a really vigorous, upright plant. And then down below is this shocking green. This is called River Nile. There's a whole group of begonias called eyelash begonias, and this one looks like it's got some of that in the breeding. They've got little hairs on the edges of the leaf, hence the common name, and these really beautiful green leaves with this dark edge and almost a very ruffled, rippled pattern. Really nice, tight grower. This is makes almost a mound of itself. And it looks really nice, like as a solo plant in the middle of a coffee table or something. The last group I want to talk to you about are lower growing types that make wonderful, easy care houseplants. This first one is kind of an oddball, well known. This is the iron cross begonia. It's a species, not a hybrid. Pebbly leaves with this wonderful dark green pattern. Critical to this is good drainage in the pot and do not overwater it. It'll rot out. But if you treat it right, it'll live forever. A really long-lived plant. And then there are the Rexes. These are spectacularly colored leaves. This is one called Fireworks. Just wonderful, explosive leaf color. This is one called Navajo Sunrise. the leaves open up, this beautiful pink with silver, and you can see this interesting curl going on as it's coming down to the stem where the stem joins the leaf, and that is super accentuated in this next one, which is aptly called Escargot. Escargot means snail in French. If you've ever been to a restaurant that serves them, you've probably heard the word. Isn't that a great name for this? Look at this silver path. It also reminds me of the yellow brick road where Dorothy's walking out of Munchkin Land, but look at that snail shell curl going right up there. That's just a spectacular pattern. And this is called Omaha Beefsteak, this almost blood red new growth on this leaf with this dark pattern. Just a spectacular plant and pretty blooms to boot. They all bloom. It's just a question of when. Rexes are grown mostly for their foliage, but you do get some really beautiful bloom off, especially off some of the newer hybrids. I just can't say enough about begonias as a group, as great house plants. Everything from these great big tall cane-stemmed guys to these little mounding Rexes, and there are even species that make terrific house plants. As a group, they like bright, indirect light, shade outside in the summer, and they want excellent drainage. The way most people kill these things is by overwatering them, not underwatering them. They like to be almost completely dry before you water them again. You don't want them wilting, but you want them almost to the point of wilt before you water again. They appreciate soft water and are an occasional feed with a good all-around houseplant food, more in the summer and when they're actively growing, and when they're blooming, if they bloom in the winter, feed them a little more. And they're easy, and I got to tell you, long-lived. You treat them right, you'll have them for years and years and years. You can give pieces away to your friends. It's a real pass-along kind of a plant.